What's going on, everyone? This is Iris for my part two in my series, They Ask, So I Answer. My first question and video reply is going to Beta Etta Delota. And he brought up a pretty good topic about plagiarism amongst game developers. And real quick, gameplay in the background, of course, just like everyone else, is Black Ops 3 Beta, PS4, on the map Combine. So, anyway, plagiarism amongst game developers, and is it okay, and how they do it. And my opinion on it is I think it's okay to a certain extent. Obviously you can't just do a copy and paste, but if you look at Black Ops 3, where it's you know heavily use of Destiny stuff and some Titanfall stuff, and I'm sure there's other components of other games in here that I just don't know off the top of my head. But I think it's okay if it's to make the game better, but I think once the developers cross a line into where the core of the existing game is gone, then I think they've gone too far, and that's not okay. So Black Ops 3, so far with the beta, it still kind of has that COD-ish feel. So I can't say that they crossed the line and it's, oh, this is Destiny, or, this is Titanfall. They have little bits and pieces from each of those games that enhance the core COD experience. So I think with that part of it, I think they did a pretty good job of, mixing and matching. But if this starts to go a little bit off the deep end, they're gonna lose people, and I don't think in those instances it's okay. Like, you can't just make a title, change the name, and resell it. That's wrong. But I think developers working together on different ideas for their games, I think is pretty cool. Destiny to Taken King, and maybe one day there'll be a Titanfall too. Maybe there's some things that they might hit up Treyarch and Vandahar and say, hey, that thing you did in Black Ops 3, like, we kind of want to play with that. And Vandahar's going to say, sure, man. I'm sure it works like that. I'm sure there's this little developer networking crew that they've kind of got this unwritten down rule where doing some things like that is okay, as long as it's going to enhance that core game and not make you feel like you're playing that other game. I think that pretty much sums up where my point is on that, because like with COD, where we went with not so much Ghost, but with Advanced Warfare, it just got away too much from the core Call of Duty run and gun, boots on the ground, and that's what everybody flipped out about. It wasn't so much the year that the game was set in. It wasn't so much of the wacky weapons and stuff like that. That movement was just too much of a move away from where COD had been going. So I think with Black Ops 3 and with the Destiny influence concerning the boost jumping and the movements, I think they got it right. I think Treyarch, borrowed a little bit from Destiny and got that right, and it really does work out. And you can definitely tell in the gameplay that we're back to that COD feel. So that's going to be key going forward with these developers sharing stuff like that. So my next question that I'm going to give an answer to, it's really not in relation to a video, but it was on Twitter, and it's from Buff Llama, and he asked the question: if you guys could rate the Black Ops 3 beta on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being horrible, 10 being great, what would you rate it? I'm gonna, and I replied to him on Twitter, but I'm gonna, use this as a way to get my point on that. I rated it a 6, and here's why. Let's start off with 10, right? So it was a beta. So let's subtract 2 right away. Let's subtract a 9 and an 8 right away, a 10 and a 9 right away, because it's a beta and there's a lot left to be known about the game, right? I mean, we only played such a small part of the game, so you can't really say, it's a 9 or it's a 10. So I don't know. But as far as the beta and me giving it a 6, there was the lag issues, which I'm sure they'll work out. There was a lot of the skill-based matchmaking that they threw in there. That took away. I mean, that became chaos, and everybody was complaining about that. Not being able to use a lot of the weapons and a lot of the perks. I subtracted a little bit for that. But I gotta say, it was a good beta, and it's great that we had it. Just based on the beta, I'm gonna give the beta a 6. You know, there's some people out there throwing it a 9, throwing it a 10, and I'm just not ready to jump all in yet. And it, you know, my vote on the beta is skewed only because I don't know about the future. So that's kind of my reply to that. It's a 6 just based on a lot of the unknowns. You know, there were some issues with the beta. Hopefully, they're going to work those out. You know, but I will say it was fun. The beta was fun. Playing the game is fun. And, you know, you got that old COD feel back, and you know now we're hungry for November, and hopefully Vandahar and his little henchmen over there, you know, they get these little things worked out, and once the game's released in November, you know, we have that sort of finished polish, because I'm sure there'll be a patch that comes out soon after. But I think the use of this beta, we're going to have a really nice polished Treyarch COD game, and you know, I'm really excited about that, just like everybody else is. So that's my take on that. That's my reply to that question. Again, the links to the videos, and I'm going to put the link to Buff Llama's YouTube channel. They'll be in the description. Check those guys out. Llama's got some funny shit that he puts out, and Beta does some really nice commentaries too. He's got a nice voice. He's got some good content. So go over there and check those guys out. And as always, please, guys, leave me a like, leave me a comment. If you're not subscribed, please do so. I'm looking forward to getting a lot better content out there and a lot better commentaries. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Later.